Hello and welcome to the Print's Instant Analysis, a new format that has been started here at the Print where we get you instant analysis of important news developments as it happens. Now, I'm Snesh Alex Philip. Actually an hour ago, the Iran has gone ahead and confirmed that their president, that is the Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi, along with their foreign minister, has been killed in a tragic helicopter crash. Remember that Iran is now in midst of a conflict with Israel. I have with me my colleague Priya Krishnankuti, who covers the foreign affairs for us, and she will walk us through the impact that this has on Iran. So yes, Priya, that's my first question. What is the impact that this will have on Iran, the death of these two leaders?
So in short, this will not impact Iran's foreign policy vis-a-vis Gaza or even its regional policies, proxies rather, in a major way. This is because Ebrahim Raisi, the president and the foreign minister, were basically foot soldiers of a very deep and historic foreign policy that Iran has been following in its region with regard to Israel and so on and so forth. That said, Raisi was a very important foot soldier. I mean, he was also rumored to be the successor to the supreme leader.
The front runner.
The front runner. And also, interestingly, the foreign minister did have considerably more experience in coordinating with the proxies. So definitely there's that loss of a major coordinator like that. But as far as the policies go, vis-a-vis the US, Israel, not much of a major change.
But I think one more reason why there's no major change is also because it was largely driven, every decision, the policy was largely driven by the Supreme Leader himself.
Yes, and the IRGC, the Islamic Revolutionary Corps, they were basically, they're the executionary body of that.
Okay, and also in a way the decision makers also.
In a way, yes, and obviously the last call taken in Iran on any major policy, especially when it comes to Gaza, is being taken by the Supreme Leader.
But he was also a very hardliner. The president was also considered to be a hardliner compared to his predecessor.
Yes.
So do you think the hardline policies will continue? I'm sure even though he was just a foot soldier, an important foot soldier, he would have an impact on the Supreme Leader's thought processes. So do you think there's going to be any change per se if a new guy is brought in?
Well, Raisi has definitely left behind a legacy of being an uncompromising hardliner. When he was serving in the judiciary well before 2021, when he became president, he was known as the Butcher of Tehran because of the number of executions that he overlooked in the 1980s.
And these were, by hanging, and these were not instant hanging because they used to be pulled up. The rope used to be tied around the neck and it used to be pulled up. So it was a very painful death for that matter.
Right. I mean, what we're describing is in the 1980s, but even recently, Raisi was the first Iranian president to directly attack Israel. I mean, it was under his orders that massive drone and missile attack took place against Israel on April 14th, 15th, if I'm not wrong. Of course, that the Iranian regime has said was in response to a suspected Israeli attack on their Syrian consulate. But that's the legacy he's left behind, one of an uncompromising hardline leader. And definitely that attack on Israel sent a message to the regional proxies.
Yeah, that's true. So, Pia, if I'm right, what you're telling us essentially is that while the deaths have been tragic, the fact is that this is not going to have any major impact on Iran's policies. There would be a continuity in Iran's policy and politics because the constitution, as per the constitution, the vice president takes over from him and there will be elections after 50 days.
Right. I mean, there are a lot of reports on who this vice president is and his history and things like that. But tell me one thing,
so how does the elections happen in Iran? It's anybody can stand for elections or?
Well, usually it's a rubber stamp election and there's a council comprising 4 members, including the Supreme Leader and few others, who will coordinate the election. So that is why...
Right. Coordinate is the big term in the election season that is on.
Right. Even in 2021, when Raisi won, he had the backing of the establishment. He was very much seen as the front runner, even though there were 3 others with also the Supreme Leader's backing who were in the running. So it's usually just a pick.
Well, only time would tell us, but as of now, it looks like there is not going to be any much change or impact on Iran's policy vis-a-vis to the West, to Israel, or for that matter, even with India. Remember that India and Iran just recently signed a 10-year deal
Yeah.
for the Chabahar port. So there is likely to be continuity in it, but yes, definitely a setback for the country. And both Prime Minister Narendra Modi and External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has sent out a message expressing shock and sadness over these deaths. Thank you so much, Pia, and thank you so much, viewers, for logging in here at the Prince YouTube channel. Do subscribe to the Prince YouTube channel for more such videos.